The Fall of the House of Usher is one of Edgar Allan Poe's most famous stories, a dark and gothic tone poem of sadness and despair. But it is also evidence of a disturbed and obsessive state of mind, and the mind, of course, is that of Poe himself. In all his stories, there are traces of autobiography, for Poe often revealed more of himself and his own tragic life than perhaps even he realized. Here, Roderick Usher, who with his sister Lady Madeline are the last members of a once great but tormented family, has asked an old school friend to visit him. It is a cry from the heart.
After so long without the benefit of your cheerful society, dear friend, it is my most earnest desire once again to enjoy your company. For many months now, I have suffered bodily illness and mental anguish. To be in your gladdening company will surely gain me some relief. Do join me at my family home as my guest. Please arrive as soon as you feel able. Your despairing friend, Roderick Usher.
Roderick?
Paul, my dear friend. Come in. You're here at last. Was there no one to greet you at the door? Joseph! Joseph! Where are you, man? Can you not see we have a guest? Set a table for Mr. Paul, food, our finest wine.
I was attending to the physician, sir. He wishes to leave.
Damnation! My apologies, Paul. One moment.
When I looked upon my old friend, I saw even in the dim light of that brooding house the pallor of his skin drawn tight over his features. He'd been a handsome man, and now he looked wasted and wan.
I am in a living hell, Paul. Since last we met, this illness has been steadily destroying me. I can take only the simplest of food. Even the touch of my clothing is something I can hardly bear. The scent of blossom has me choking.
Can the physicians do nothing for you?
No. Physicians have tried everything. Nothing can be done. I shall perish from this. I know it.
Roderick, I can accept, indeed we all must, that in the end, death cannot be avoided, but surely there are medicines to treat your illness, to alleviate the pain.
There are no medicines to treat an illness that attacks not only the body, but the mind itself. I dread the events of the future. I have no abhorrence of danger, save in its absolute effect, in terror. There exists a family evil within my very soul.
My dear friend, you shall not, you must not dwell on this. It will enslave you.
The time will arrive when I feel I must abandon life and reason altogether.
Roderick.
My struggle is with fear. Your fear? Paul, my old friend, you have no idea what your presence here means to me. What is it? What troubles you?
Forgive me. I'm not sure, precisely. Last night, as I made my way to my bedchamber,
Yes?
I saw... I don't quite know. An apparition. A beautiful woman. Beautiful, but deathly pale.
Last night? On the balcony?
On the landing. I must have imagined it, because when I next looked, she'd gone. Vanished.
No. I did not imagine it. That was my Madeline.
Madeline?
Do you not recall my sister, Madeline? Was she out of her bed again?
I'm sure it's no cause for alarm.
Madeline is dying, Paul. I cannot endure the thought of life without her. She has been my only companion. I would be left completely alone. We are the last of the ancient house of Usher. Come. I wish to show you something of her. And all with pearl and ruby glowing, through which came flowing, 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 a troop of echoes
whose sweet duty was but to sing the wit and wisdom of their king. But evil things, in robes of sorrow, assailed the monarch's high estate. And round about his home,
The glory that blushed and bloomed is but a dim-remembered story of the old time, entombed. She means a great deal to you, doesn't she?
she is my life.
Sir, it's milady.
Excuse me, Paul.
Of course.
Paul, come in. I'm only serenading my beloved.
Is Madeline somewhat recovered, then?
She's dead. She is dead. Gone into the dark, into the loneliness. And I was not with her. She is so still.
You must not blame yourself, Roderick.
I would have done anything to save her. Anything. Yes. We were twins. I feel her death as if it were mine. Our spirits were joined in life, and now across the divide in death.
We kept a vigil over Madeline throughout the long night. Most of the time, Roderick was silent, alone with his grief. But at other moments, he spoke of his dread of the future, his fears of what tomorrow might bring.
The physicians will want to establish the cause of her death, her illness. I cannot bear to think of that. The dreadful surgical instruments probing my dear sister's tender flesh. Paul, you must promise to help me.
Of course.
I want to keep my Madeline here with me in the house of Usher. You will help me, won't you? You will be safe from them here in the family vault. Undisturbed, unsoiled. As you have met this fate, so shall I. Safe, my Madeline. At last. Hear it? You hear it?
Come, sit by the fire.
I have heard these things ever since we placed her in the tomb. Feeble movements inside the coffin. I have not dared speak of it. The sound of the coffin opening. The frantic heartbeat. The grating of the iron hinges on the door of the vault. The footsteps on the stone. Not see what we have done. We have put her living in the grave.
No, Roderick, this cannot be true. It is merely the sound of the storm. Sit by the fire. The air is chilling and dangerous to your mind.
Do not believe me. I tell you she stands now outside that door.
You believe that? Well, then you shall see your foolishness.
No! Madeline.
Poe was fascinated by the idea of external disintegration as a mirror image of internal breakdown. The Gothic mansions in his stories symbolize the decay of life itself. Perhaps the stories were a strange foreshadowing of his own personal decline into darkness. Yet, the survival of the narrator in The House of Usher gave him hope that he too would survive. And in perhaps the most important sense, he did. Good night. Sleep well.